Alrighty, just gotta adjust my camera there. It looks like we are back. And yeah, it's been a while since I provided a Jordan Garber Now news update, but I look forward to providing that each and every single time on Facebook whenever I do. And boy, Survivor Series has been crazy, man. Like, I would say overall, I wasn't like the biggest fan of the whole show, but I feel like at the end, that last match between Roman Reigns, who defeated Drew McIntyre by submission, was by far my favorite match on the card. There's just so much of a story to it. It was absolutely awesome. It was such a great match. I was so happy with the chemistry and the dynamic and everything that match composed. It was truly a masterpiece. I think that was probably one of the matches of the year. You know, people might say I'm overdoing it, but I really liked that match. That's a really positive thing that we could really start this news update with. Is that match was absolutely incredible. The Street Profits defeated the New Day as well, which is a huge surprise. You know, with the New Day being such a successful tag team for many, many years in the WWE, and not just as a tag team, but in singles careers as well. For Big E and Kofi and Xavier Woods, they were all successful, and as a unit, they just go above and beyond. It's absolutely crazy. Street Profits, I feel though, are going to be the next rising stars. They're going to be the next New Day, if not better. Ever since they debuted, they've just been doing amazing things, whether it's as singles competitors or whether it's as a tag team. Keep an eye on the Street Profits. They are definitely the future of pro wrestling. I can definitely say that. That's for sure. When it comes down to Raw versus SmackDown in the Survivor Series, Raw beat SmackDown in both categories. Raw beat SmackDown in the men's match, and then in the women's match, Nia Jax, Baszler, Lana, Evans, and Peyton Royce defeated SmackDown, with Lana having a good performance as well. So that was very interesting. I don't know. It's not like it's not like sports where you like. I'm a fan of Raw or I'm a fan of SmackDown. It's like you watch it all, right? But yeah, that was definitely a good component. Bobby Lashley. I don't like this match. The way this match was, I just didn't like how it was overall. Because Sami Zayn deserves better in this match. Bobby Lashley destroyed Sami Zayn. And it's like, wow, man. Sami Zayn definitely, like, give him some sort of a fighting chance in the match, but no, they didn't do that at all. So I was really disappointed with that match, but I'm still a big fan of Bobby Lashley. One thing I was saying One thing I was saying is that I like how people like Bobby Lashley can still perform at a top level, at the same level as they did in 2007. You know, 13 years later to be at the same level is absolutely incredible. So, like, and that's what I like about the Hurt Business too. Is the Hurt Business was cheering along last year. What I liked, because I liked the whole faction, I liked the whole story about it. Because all these guys performed in WWE, I guess, except for Cedric Alexander, years ago, like over a decade ago, and they're still having like the same, if not higher caliber matches, which is absolutely amazing. Front Row Podcast asks how I do my podcast on Twitter. You should just do it over Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Usually the way to go. This is not the main show, though. I do provide a main show every Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. So be sure to check that out and stay up to date with what I got cooking. But I'm just going to take a drag of this. Sorry. We've also become a multi-topic podcast, meaning that we're really taking in fan feedback. I'm inviting fans to call into the show. I'm making this a very interactive experience. That way people can stay engaged and feel like they're a part of something during this pandemic and during this tough time. And that's really why I made this podcast something that I really wanted to do more about because I love wrestling. It's my life. I bleed it. Let's be real. But I like other topics too, like non-topics, and I want everyone's input to talk about different things. So stay tuned for this next Friday because I threw a bit of a curveball of people I put on the show. I have wrestlers on. I have two great wrestlers booked, including Sean Evans from the NWF, who, for some reason, thinks it's okay to continue to hate on Noah Gabriel. I don't know why. Poor Noah Gabriel, but I'm going to get Noah Gabriel on Jordan Garber now soon so he can discuss his views in an NWF exclusive interview. Because Chris Demise, it was first him and now Sean Evans, in which you're going to hear this Friday coming up, talks trash about Noah Gabriel in that Future Star Battle Royal. And as me, the newest member of the Future Stars roster for the Northern Wrestling Federation, I feel like I want to start sticking up for Noah Gabriel. So stay tuned next Friday, what Sean Evans has to say, and if I should do something about it. I need your guys' advice. So, The Miz won the pre-show Battle Royal, and Sasha Banks, who's the SmackDown Women's Champion, defeated Asuka, who's the Raw's Women's Champion. And then, that was pretty much it. The Undertaker farewell I thought was average. Jordan Garber now interviewing The Godfather was actually on that, so that was pretty interesting. I think that's pretty cool that The Godfather was able to be on WWE again. We interviewed him, and Undertaker got the tribute he deserved, you know. I watched tapes of when The Undertaker debuted. And I watched tapes when The Undertaker debuted, but mostly when I first got to know The Undertaker was not to know, but by watching The Undertaker was in 2002, 2003, and then when I deeply watched wrestling in 07 and 08, I really started to be a fan of The Undertaker and watched all his great matches and feuds with the likes of Edge and Batista. Those were the top feuds I actually enjoyed watching back in the time when I was like a wrestling fan. Like, deeply and like watching it religiously each and every week. Like, I still watch Raw, but I usually just watch like the highlights and stuff like that. So, I don't know. It's something I kind of just roll with and go with on the fly. Like, sometimes I'll watch Raw and SmackDown 3 weeks straight and then I just won't watch it at all. It just totally depends on the circumstances. Anyways, I'm gonna give away some stuff. First person to mention something, anything, I'm just gonna give them a random prize. I'm gonna start giving away prizes on these news updates, and on the main show is the best place where you can get these prizes. I'm gonna start giving codes on these shows, in which you can message me, and I can announce the winners on the main show Friday. So I'm gonna give away hats. I'm gonna give away toques. I'm gonna give away scarves. I'm gonna give away autographed cards. I'm going to give away posters, 8x10s, trading cards, anything. And suggestions are appreciated. I want this to be your show too, because it is your show. It is your show. Sorry, I just butted the cigarette out the wrong way. So yeah, I'm going to start giving some stuff away, giveaways to come. More of an interactive experience, and I'm going to try to get some co-hosts here on the news update as well. Spice some things up a little bit. But this Friday is going to be at least an hour and a half of footage, and I'm going to call the show Hard Times. So Jordan Garber now, Hard Times, this Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Lots of pandemic talk. Numbers here are crazy, like, it's just really scary how it's just really scary how with this pandemic, like, I'm in the worst part of it, and I have people saying they're losing their taste and smell. I have people saying this is going to be about a year. It's just crazy, man. Like, in March, I didn't really, like, I followed the rules, because you have to. I followed the law. But now, like, I didn't take it as serious as now. like 400 cases a day, and like still percentage wise it's unlikely, but like still it's a very much higher likelihood of catching it, and it's scary. You know, we're actually getting deaths and numbers, and things are rising, and it's not good, man. It's not good at all. I just realized that I set my Facebook Live to private, meaning that that entire first 10 minutes is going to have to be something that you guys watch back upon, which is always available on the YouTube page, but I'm really sorry about that. I wasn't looking at my privacy settings, and because you have the globe, you have the lock, and you have the friends, and I literally had it on lock the whole time. I was wondering, like, why am I not getting any viewers? Am I bombing? And I just realized that I had the lock on the whole time, so I am so sorry, Facebook. I still am going to roll with this for another 4 minutes. See if anyone wants to comment anything, have any views, opinions, things along those lines. But oh my god. I couldn't believe it. I'm so sorry, Facebook. So, like, I literally muttered and chattered on this news update without anybody watching for 10 minutes, which is alright, because it's, like, pre-recorded for YouTube, but hopefully within this 3 minutes, this short time slot, we have some Facebook viewers. That's crazy. Can't believe I did that. And it's going to be less likely now, because when you start, anybody who's a podcaster or a streamer, when you start the live video, everyone gets notified. That's how you get your viewers. So now the only way I can get viewers on this is if people check it out on their news feed. That's only one source and one way. But who knows? If anyone is just taking the time to tune in live on Facebook, we were just talking about Survivor Series and how successful the Undertaker tribute was. Yeah, there we go. We have our first person, and that's because I was saying, I adjusted my privacy settings to lock instead of public. So we're trying to crunch some viewers here who have any comments or perspectives within this next 2 minutes. So that might be a little tough, but we'll see. You can always extend things a little bit. But, by the way, I have to make a mention about this, too, with the coronavirus. You know, just spread the word about taking precautions and everything. And I just kind of wanted to end things with that in terms of that conclusion. But if you're at the store in an essential way, and you want to get the best coffee creamer, yeah, I know, we talked about coffees on the news update previously. You want to get the best coffee creamer, get the Oreo one, man. Get the Oreo one, because it's absolutely the best. It is so good and so delicious, and it's to die for. I just love coffee. I'm a coffee influendo. I don't know what influendo means, but I'm an enthusiast. I absolutely love it. I embrace it. But there's one thing I'm going to show you guys here that I don't really embrace as much as coffee, because it tastes disgusting. This is just, I don't know what kind of personal decision I made when I bought this, but maybe because it would last long, I don't know. Because there's no, I'm not if I finish this in a night, I'll be dead. This is crazy. 47% Kraken black spiced rum. Good if you put a tiny bit of it and mix it with pop. Like if you put a single in and mix it with pop, like Dr. Pepper is actually really good. But if you're not mixing it with Dr. Pepper or any other drink, it is terrible. It's not something that you want to drink unless you want to get really drunk, which something to do during the lockdown, I guess. But this is absolutely horrible. I don't recommend, unless you want to get fucking sloshed. And one shot is like 3 shots, so like you gotta be careful, man. It's absolutely crazy. There we go. See, now we got some people watching. And we would have had people watching earlier, but I didn't have the right privacy settings. I'm so sorry, Facebook. Anybody watching now can tune back to all the rest of the stuff at the end of the video. I just covered Survivor Series and like talked about coffee and stuff. But this is pretty nuts, man. I'm gonna take a shot of this for you guys. I'm gonna take a bong rip and then we'll probably wrap things up. Anyone have any comments, feel free to put them in the comment section, and cheers, I guess. It's terrible. It's terrible. I can't believe it. I don't know how people drink that. I don't know how I drank that. Ugh. That's crazy, man. Well, I guess I'll take a bong rip for you guys. And then we'll end things. I know what my grinder is. Yeah, I don't want to look for it, so. But yeah, anyways, I'll take a bong rip after. I don't need to do that. I took a shot of that terrible, terrible rum. But what you guys can do is you guys can check out Jordan Garber now every single Friday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, and spread the word of this podcast to friends, family, and other great relatives, and tell your relatives to stay safe during such a tough time. And please do, because the more you stay safe, and the more you spread the word and spread awareness, the more and less I shouldn't say the more, the less cases there is going to be. So just take it seriously and follow the rules and love wrestling, watch a bunch of tapes. I'm going to do as many news updates as I can, provide as many shows with you guys, provide guests, and provide opportunities for you guys to be a part of the show and give away some cool items. So stay in the loop for that. For myself, Jordan Garber, and the Jordan Garber Now podcast, you guys have yourselves a great day. And please, 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 stay safe out there.